What's up, everyone? Chris here. Glad to be here and glad to have you guys here as well. And in today's video, we're talking about one of the most important mindset shifts you can make in copywriting and marketing, right? And that's simply asking yourself, what's in it for me? It's a psychological switch that makes people actually care about what you're writing about and talking about. So let's dive into it and let me explain more about it and basically why this is important, why this matters, and why you should be asking yourself these questions when you write. So, why does what's in it for me matter, right? Let's cut to the chase, cut to the truth, right? Most brands, creators, even freelancers, right, like they're talking to the mirror, right? It's all about me, right? About you, yourself, but it's not really connecting to the readers themselves, right? For example, some are saying, we're proud to announce our new product line is X, Y, and Z. Our platform now offers seamless integrations. Here's our company story, you name it, right? The average reader doesn't really care what you're doing or what you're providing, right? Because the reality is they're not really thinking about you, right? They're always thinking about themselves, right? It's their pain points, their stress, their goals. So if their inbox is just full of noise that they didn't ask for and just a bunch of random stuff, most likely they're just going to ignore it. They're not going to click on the emails. They're not going to read your copy, your landing page, you name it, right? So basically, when you're writing these things and you want them to kind of click on it, that's where what's in it for me comes in mind, right? It's not what did you build, what do you sell, why you're amazing, why you stand out, why you're better than the brand across the street or the store across the street or your competition, right? It's more about how can this help me right now in terms of how can you, right, as the provider, help the reader at this very moment, right? How can you solve their problem, right? And why or also how will this make their life easier, cheaper, better, faster, you name it, right? The what's in it for me, it's not really a writing trick, it's mostly a mental reframe, right? It's shifting beliefs, letting them see what's possible with your product and making sure that they can see it as well, right? And they can connect to it. It forces you to stop talking at people and start talking to them and connecting with them. So, example, here's the difference, right? A brand focus is our revolutionary skincare formula uses cutting-edge science and botanical extracts for optimal hydration, right? Long, wordy, you're probably just like, all right, cool, don't really care, right? A reader focused, right? Connecting with them is tired of dry, flaky skin, no matter what you use. This 3-minute morning routine can finally fix that, right? Both advertising the same product, just two very different vibes. You can see it in the writing. The second one works because it enters the conversation already happening in the reader's mind, right? Dry, flaky skin, right? There's no solutions. Morning routine is usually when people are kind of trying to fix their, I would say, skincare or have some sort of skincare routine, right? So you're connecting at different levels, right? And basically this is what the entire game is all about, right? So how can you apply what's in it for me in your writing? And yeah, let's go into it really quick. So the way you actually use it, right, I would say in the wild, is basically just trying to connect with them, right? I don't know how else to explain it, but always be asking yourself what's in it for me, right? Into everything, right? A headline, body text, an email, a landing page, ads, everything, right? I'll go into detail more, right? But for example, number one right here, I have flip the headlines, right? Your headlines are make or break. They're either pulling your reader in or pushing them away, right? So most brands write headlines like they're announcing something in like a boardroom, right? Like a big announcement that just like, you're like, whatever, right? For example, it's like our skincare formula now includes vitamin C, right? It sounds very corporate, cold, and it's boring, right? Now, if you flip it, right, to how to get brighter, healthier skin in 7 days using this one ingredient, right? you're adding some spark to it, right? You're promising some sort of result, you're sparking curiosity, and you're giving them benefits to the reader, right? Or how it benefits them to an aspect, to an extent, and allows them to click, right? And then further read within the copy that you've written of how it truly helps them out, right? So always ask, what can the product do for the person? What's in it for them? Why should they care? And tie it into it, right? Obviously with a headline, you want it punchy, catch their attention, bring that curiosity in and make them click, right? And then eventually in the body, you can talk more about, more so the benefits, not the features, which goes into my next point, right? And this is basically where I've made this mistake a lot. Most rookies make this mistake, right? And it's just basically just listing out the specs, and it's just, we've seen it, right? Like this laptop comes with 12 gigabytes of RAM and a 4.2 gigahertz processor, right? Cool, right? But not really telling me what I could do with those specs, right? So example of talking about the benefits and not the features is, run all your apps at once with zero lag, even while streaming, editing, and answering your mom's texts, right? It clicks, it's more human, right? You're showcasing how it serves them, why it's important for them, right? But also including the benefit aspect, right? Right here. Feature, what is it? Benefit, what it does for me, right? So when in doubt, you could also finish this sentence with so that you can. I think this is super powerful. Whenever you find yourself kind of stuck, try to add this towards the end or maybe middle of your sentence that you're writing. For example, right? Your copy says, our software helps manage your schedule more efficiently. Ask yourself, so that they can what? Answer, so that you can spend less time juggling tasks and more time actually running your business. That's the benefit, and that's what sells. Does that make sense? Right? So always try to include what's in it for me, but also so that you can, when you want to connect with the benefit through that aspect and through connecting both of them, right? And then the third one, if you can, is leading with the pain. Most audiences always have some sort of pain, so start there, right? You don't want to start with the solution right away, right? Open with that frustration, that pain, the hell, whatever you want to name it, right? And connect with them right from the start, right? Why do I say this? Because it really just catches their attention, and it's something that they can relate to right away, right? A solution, they can look at it and they can be like, okay, cool, but how is this going to help me? Back again, what's in it for me? And if you tie it with the pain point, or starting with the pain point right away, you'll connect with them and they'll be like, okay, this might be for me so far. And then you hook them in, build that curiosity, and then you start bringing in those benefits and start talking about, hey, this is how we can help you. This is why you should care. This is why it's important for you, right? And this is why you're also capable of doing it as well, right? So, example, why can't I land a client? I'm tired of writing emails that no one opens. This app better fix my schedule or I'm done, right? Bunch of pains that people are struggling with, right? So you could say, for example, with why can't I land a client? Still struggling to land your first client, you're not alone. And here's the surprising reason why, ... right? And then you go into more about the benefits, what you offer, you name it, right? Or the lesson overall. You're entering into their world, right? You're trying to show with empathy, you're trying to connect with them, and also, in theory, you want to be an authority to them as well. So make sure that you can connect with them, make sure that they feel understood, and that will help you build trust with them, and most likely they will listen longer to you and listen to your advice, right? So some real life reframes of what I've been talking about are some examples we'll go into really quick, right? Basically one example, and we'll go right into it, right? So the before is, our company offers a range of services that can help improve your business operations. We have a team of experts ready to assist you. Contact us for more information. When I read that, very boring, right? Very just nothing exciting. You'll see, comes off like a brochure template, right? But we can fix this, and we can make this more exciting, we can make this more beneficial, and we can make this kind of connect with them, right? Or connect to the reader. So go here. Want to streamline your business operations and finally get rid of the daily chaos? Our expert team is here to help. Schedule your free consultation today. Very different, right? Starts with you, not us. Addresses a specific pain, right? Which is get rid of daily chaos, and also streamlining your business operations, right? So in most cases, the pain is they're not organized, right? And they need to find a way to really organize their business operations and also make sure that they don't have that daily chaos of, a million things going at once, and they could kind of streamline everything and make it very simple, very easy, and maybe more controlled for them, right? Or for the business. And then it ends with a clear CTA as well, right? It's schedule your free consultation today, right? Can you notice a shift between this and this, right? We went from we do this to here's how your life can get better, right? And basically, this is the entire point of what's in it for me. It's making them see that transformation, the before and after, making them see that they're capable of having this transformation and they're able to have it, right? And also showcasing how you can do it, right? Obviously, this is more like headline sentence, right? But obviously, when you go into more of the deeper details of everything, you connect more on those aspects, right? So basically the final thought behind all this, and basically the message I'm trying to put, is people care more about themselves more than they care about your brand, right? So if you want them to care about your copy, you want them to care about your brand, your messaging, connect with you, you name it, you have to show them how you, right, as maybe a copywriter, service provider, brand owner, selling products, you name it, show them how it benefits them, right? Show them why it's important for them to care and why, what's in it for them at the end of the day, right? So, like always, I appreciate you being here. Subscribe, like, and comment below with any questions you may have, and I'll answer them. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.